Yo,
Yo.
welcome back to the J&E Comic Cast. We'll bring you another special episode today. Me and Egg are doing a little social distancing over Zoom episode.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
we're also getting another special guest. You seen him before in last week's episodes. Our boy Chosy is returning. We're gonna
He's
talk
back
about
for part two.
Yep. We're gonna be talking about more comic books, more theories and all that. Especially now we have the Spider-Man No Way Home movie release. We're recording this on a Saturday, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, make sure you go see it. I haven't seen it yet. Egg has seen it, but I think this week we're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it next week.
We'll give
Um,
everybody a chance to kind of watch the movie first, and
then
and
we
then we'll
talk.
give you guys our opinions and facts next week.
Exactly. But like if you guys are keeping up with this channel, we have this week Hawkeye and Young Justice that we're gonna talk about, just me and Egg. And then we should see Chosy joining soon, momentarily into the Zoom call. So real quick, this episode of Hawkeye, what was your opinion
So
on it?
five. Um, Episode five was really good.
Okay.
I think there's a lot less action in this episode from what I remembered than the other episode. The only really big fight scene was Hawkeye versus the tracksuit gang, and you kind of see like the wheels kind of turning of how maybe Echo maybe isn't really as bad of an individual as we thought Echo is, right? We saw
Mhm.
Clint put on the Ronin suit and he put in work. I
Yeah.
thought that whole scene where he's picking off the bad guys one by one kind of reminded me of like Batman. You know what I mean? Like when you play some of like the Arkham games and he's just hiding in the rafters and he's just picking off bad guys one by one. I thought that was like a really cool thing. And then he kind of got to go, 1v1 against Echo, and he finally beat her, man. And I thought it was cool. I hopefully think maybe that's what triggered her. We kind of told her, yo, listen, like the only reason your dad's dead is because other people wanted your dad dead. You know what I mean? And they leaked the information. So I think that and the fact that he spared her when he could have taken her out really might have changed his mind. All in all, I thought it was a really good episode. And obviously at the end, I have personally have you watched the Netflix shows, Jay?
Which ones?
Daredevil, Punisher,
I've seen
the Defenders,
I
whatever.
seen
I know
Dare
there's like
yeah,
two
I seen
more.
Daredevil.
All of it?
Um Yeah, I don't remember it. I remember just watching it when it first came out.
I think it came out a while ago. So
Yeah, with but I love the villain in Daredevil, Kingpin.
yeah, and so obviously we saw him back at the end of the episode. A picture of
Yeah.
him. We haven't seen him fully, but we saw his picture. So there's gonna be some stuff going on next week. And
All I'm
Hawkeye
saying
said
it.
it too, man.
All I'm saying
Yeah.
is one of my theories did come true. I said the
What?
mom was sus. The mom was sus. Who was the mom with? She was with Kingpin,
Yeah,
the
yeah. You
ultimate.
did, man. You did.
So I just want to put that out there. And I said Elena might be helping them. That's another theory, and I think that's gonna be another theory as well. That's gonna come true, but we'll see.
You said
Um,
that?
I did say that. I said Elena's gonna make an appearance, and she's gonna end up helping them and take Kate Bishop under her mantle and train her more.
I think I agree with you with the Atlanta thing. I don't know. I remember if I agreed with you with the
You
other
didn't
stuff.
agree with the mom thing. My
Yeah, I
two
thought it
theory,
was
yeah,
Jack. I
yeah.
still don't trust him, by the way.
He's sus as well. I think they're both bad. This is I think they're just both sus.
Yeah, but maybe the mom is super sus.
Yeah, she's confirmed sus.
Well, I mean, you know what I meant to say. Like she's
Yeah,
more sus than the other dude.
yeah.
So now go ahead. You're saying I didn't cut you off.
I really think it's leading up to like how you said there were a sacrifice is gonna be needing from Clint. I think I'm seeing that now more than ever that there's gonna be a sacrifice portion of it. I have a feeling either he's gonna die. I don't think they're gonna kill him off, but it's a possibility he like loses something. But I think he's gonna lose his wife. I have a feeling he loses his
That would be
wife.
terrible.
It's just the comment. It's just the fact that every episode so far they've been on the phone, the way they've been talking to each other, like it's just stuff leading up to like, okay, why you're getting the wife involved a lot now. You're developing this character for a reason.
Get to kill her off.
I think they're gonna kill her off,
That would be crazy.
and
I
he's gonna become a single dad.
You think he's gonna go back to being a Ronin?
If his wife dies, no. But I think he's gonna be a single dad, and then he's gonna just step away from the life completely, and then he's gonna let Kate Bishop take the mantle.
You know what's crazy? I think I remember reading somewhere, and I don't know if this is true or not, that supposedly um, Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, wanted to have his lead the West Coast Avengers.
Interesting. I mean, it's a
So I don't know if
possibility.
that's true. I don't know if that's true or not. But if that was, that would be a pretty crazy thing.
Yeah. But all in all, my opinion for that, I really enjoyed this episode. Like you said, it reminded me a lot of Batman Arkham series
Yeah,
where
the whole he's picking them off. That was pretty
one
cool.
by one, he got one by the ankle, by the foot, pulled him through the between the cars.
Yeah.
He put the sniper up top. Like in the Arkham games, you would always take out the sniper first, so you don't get
Yes,
caught.
sir. Yes, sir.
So I love that. I love that. I would love. We need a other than like the Spider-Man games in general. We just need a really really good like storyline with the either Iron Man, a solo story with Iron Man. We haven't really got games like with any of these characters other than Spider-Man and now an Avengers game, but we don't have any games like you play as Thor, like as like Thor's storyline or like Hawk's storyline. We haven't had a Hawk game since what? PS2, maybe Xbox, the original Xbox. We haven't had a
I
Hawk
never
game.
even played those. I think, I think
I've
it is with
I've
some of the
yeah.
heroes. I think it's hard to like translate them in a way that'll make you feel something when you play the game. Like with I mean, I think it would be cool playing as Iron Man and flying around New York City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Doing an open world Iron Man game where you play as Tony Stark. It's
They would have to make it as big or bigger than the game than like the Manhattan or New York was in the Spider-Man games.
yeah. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many characters Marvel haven't touched or used that they can use into a game and develop. But I think the Batman games by far are fire. Like fire. I think DC's doing well in that. DC's doing well with comics. Struggling with a little bit with the movies, a little bit.
Hmm.
But I think
They're behind the eight ball for sure, man. Especially
yeah.
after this last night came out.
All I'm saying is 2022. I think it's gonna be DC's year. We got a lot of movies coming to into DC's light. We got Batman. We got Black Adam, Shazam 2,
Oh, all those come out in 2022.
2022 Super Pets with Crypto and Ace.
What?
Super Pets with Crypto and Ace. We're gonna get.
Yeah.
I'm
But
looking forward to that
Marvel
stuff.
has Marvel has
Movie.
stuff coming out too, man. Because remember, we have I think Black Panther 2. We have Doctor Strange. We have Ant-Man
Morbius.
3.
Morbius.
Morbius. Yeah, so they have a lot of stuff coming in 2022 as well.
Yeah.
It's a perfect time to be a comic book fan.
Yes, this is 100% true. Oh, the Flash movie, Michael
Oh, that
Vita,
comes out in 2022?
2022. We got Thor: Love and Thunder. We have
Yo, it's gonna be crazy next year. It's gonna
Spider-Man
be
Into the Spider-Verse
madness.
2,
Part one.
Part 1, yeah. Wakanda Aquaman 2. We're getting.
I forgot about that.
We're getting a lot of stuff coming out for like you said, like a comic book lover. And the good thing is though, it's like once a month there's gonna be something new. It's not like both releasing like back to back. Like it's pretty planned out. If you look at like the schedule of the release, like hey, maybe the Wego monthly subscription might be worth it.
Yeah, you're not lying, bro.
You know,
You are not lying.
I was really debating on getting it as well because if you go twice to a movie theaters a month, you get your money's back easily. Because tickets now are like $12 per ticket.
And you can pretty much just go whenever you want, right? Is that how that works?
You just book your seat.
And how does it work with new movies?
You can use it for new movies. You got it. It's like a pass. So you just show like when instead of giving you a ticket, you just reserve your seat. You show your pass, and it pops up in their system. It's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Rego has one. AMC has. So many movie theaters have it.
I don't go much to AMC's though. I wonder what the
Nah,
one downtown is. Now
yeah.
that you have me thinking.
But all in all, Hawkeye, awesome. Also, I think it's one of the best shows Marvel has come out with since. I think it's number one for me. I think it's better than Loki. I think it's better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Better than
I'll
WandaVision.
take, yeah. I agree with that. Loki was really good, man. I think Loki had one episode that disappointed me, which is episode the one where they were trying to get to the rocket. That episode was just, I felt like them just running around in circles.
Yeah. I felt like the show had so much good potential, but it was a letdown, if that makes sense. I think,
Loki,
yeah, Loki had such a good potential of being like
I
a
agree with you,
really
man,
good
because
show, but the way they took it was like they just wanted, they rushed it to explain, to get the multiverse out. They rushed it to get the time, like to speak about the time variance. Like it just felt mad rush. I felt like they should have just made more episodes, slow it down, and just actually Loki be Loki. I didn't feel like Loki was Loki in this. I felt like they just try to make him like anti-hero, I guess.
yeah, I feel like they did the way that I feel like they did what they did though to maybe to so they could find a way to give us a season two.
Yeah.
So, but I do agree with you with Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye is so far has been like you look at Hawkeye and consistently um it's just been one of the best shows. Like every single episode is just better, 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 better.
Do you
Yeah,
think
I
they?
know I talked a lot about it, but like what did you overall think of episode five? You didn't really I know we kind of started jumping topics.
Yeah, we know we do
We
that on
always
this
do that.
channel. On this channel, one thing just jumps to another. Oh, we got Chosy in the waiting room. All right, we're gonna just speed through this. Episode 5, amazing. I really like the episode. I really like Kate Bishop. I feel like Haley Steinfeld is doing an amazing job as Kate Bishop, and I look forward to seeing her in future movies, TV shows, whatever they want to put her in. I just hope she stays with the cinematic universe, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would be cool to get it like to get a like a Hawkeye movie with her and Hawkeye. You know what I mean? Like a full movie. You know what I mean? Like they did
Yeah,
it for Black Widow. They did it for all the other Avengers except Hulk, but Hulk had his movies in a sense.
yeah.
So I think it's time to give us one with her. But you were gonna ask me a question real quick before I cut you off. What were you gonna ask me?
No, no, no. I was saying that Chosy's in the waiting room. Let's. Alrighty. We are joined here with Chosy, and me and Egg, always here. Not a big fan of us, but Chosy's here, so that's the good thing.
The good stuff.
How you doing,
Hey, who's
Chosy?
not a big fan of who? Am I not a big fan of you guys? Or
No,
Now
they're
the
not a big
people.
fan of us. The people have spoken. They were like, we want more Chosy, and
oh,
we want him now.
oh my
So
goodness.
we got Chosy back for you guys. You know, I know
I'll
me
start
and
selling
Egg get
autograph
boring.
Chosy merch on eBay.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, we're
Have you
about to
sold
start.
anything?
I'm
you're
gonna get a
start. Okay.
I'm gonna get a hoodie with your face on it.
Man. All right.
That-
No,
that'll be-
normally that'd be the point where someone would say, like, oh, I feel bad for you, but I'm gonna let you do it. I just want to
Alright. We were talking a little bit before recording and everything. And I think we're gonna talk about today. It's a part 2 of the other episode. Part 1 was a little interview with Chosy and everything. He explained a lot of things that me and Egg didn't know too much about, and went in depth with it, and we appreciated that. So we were like, you know what? Let's do a
Yeah,
part
that
2
was
with
pretty
that.
cool.
Did everyone bring a comment about they would like to share? A little show and tell? I know, Egg, you have a couple you showed me earlier.
Yeah, I did. And we were talking about our favorite comic books, and I brought some of the ones that I have that I read and I really enjoyed. I haven't read in a while. Um, I got this one right here, Old Man. And we were talking about X-Men last week. I don't know if you read this one. Let me see if it'll show Old Man.
Old Man Logan.
Yep.
I think Chosy wants to go get some comic books himself.
Yeah, I didn't grab any. Sorry.
Nah, you good. You good.
Nah, you're good, man.
So Old Man Logan. I know you were looking at it before we started the recording a little earlier.
It's been a while, man, since I've read this too, man. I'm really gonna have to reread it today.
Yeah. What was your like feelings towards that?
It's just
Like comic
crazy. I
book,
mean,
like
if you guys haven't read it, you know what I mean. So I remember I actually remember when I picked it up. This was right when I think X-Men Apocalypse was coming out, and then we had Logan coming out. I think right around that time too. And so I went to my local comic book shop, and I was talking to some of the guys there, and they recommended it. So I kind of picked it up based off the recommendation, and I'm really glad that I picked it up because in this one, and I could see kind of like reading it, I could see where they grabbed some of their inspiration for the movie Logan. And also, I think this is also where I kind of got some of my theories of Hawkeye. Remember, I was telling you a couple of weeks ago how I think that Hawkeye is going to lose something close to him some kind of way because of some of the stuff. I think it's from here. Because I think in this one, I think in this one he loses his eyesight, so he's blind. In this one, this takes place like in like a dystopian future type thing. All the Avengers lose, all the bad guys team up, they take them all out. They take out all the X-Men. They take out Iron Man, Cap, everybody, and then they take over the United States. So this was like a really crazy thing for me to read at that time because this was one of those books. Sorry, I don't know if I clicked anything here. I hit the mouse by accident. This is one of those, what will happen if the bad guys actually win type things, and then how do the guys who are surviving reacts. So this one was like really really became one of my favorite stories just for that reason, because in the end, normally the good guys win, you know what I mean? But in this one, it doesn't. Their win is not as clean, I guess I'll say.
Yeah, they showed you what reality is.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know you bought. So that was a Marvel / X-Men comic book. I know you bought a DC one as well. I think
I got a lot of DC here.
Yeah.
Actually, 99% of these are 90% of these are DC. The one was that we talked about last week. One of my favorite stories, Kingdom Come.
I know was that the one that you were to let me borrow to read about.
Yeah. I love the artwork on here. Yeah. And let me see if I can show you something that I thought was really cool. I literally went right past it.
Kingdom what?
Okay, this Kingdom Come. So this is over here, Shazam. This is one of the artists drew of him, of Billy Batson turning into. So this book has the artwork on this thing is crazy.
That's sick.
And the story I think is even better. So
yeah, it's definitely something I want to check out. And then you bought also Batman, Dark Knight Returns, right? Or
yeah, and we have Superman. You've seen this crest before, right?
You can't see anything. Yeah.
Hold on, let me turn off
the background is.
Yeah, blocking it.
This background is messing with me today.
Hey, bud.
All right, cool.
Let's see here what we got.
So this one right here, you've seen this before, and they've used it in some of the WBDC shows. The whole black, or it actually is a better picture.
Black crest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So
I like it. Yeah. Today I brought one of my favorite series is the new 52 series, Batman, Volume 2, especially Batman, the City of Owls, with the Court of Owls. And then number 3 was awesome as well, The Death in the Family. But I really like. Yeah, we both. I got it here. I have the list here. We both happened after the New 52. So it went New 52 and then it led into We Both. So, because I have a list of the comics here. from the New 52 series that I wanted to pick up. And then it went 0 Year. Then it went to the Quarter Hour series. Then from there, the Night of Owls. Then Batman Inc. It went from Batman Eternals, Endgame, and then Rebirth. The list I have here of the comics.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
well,
that's...
when they were named different things, like, so here's the two for Batman and Robin with his son. Here are the two covers for number 1, and it was Batman Reborn. So with Damian there.
I like that. I like the one on the where they're jumping. I guess it's your right, my left. That one looks really nice.
Yeah, so that's the Reborn. That's the number 1 there. And then this was the variant I was talking about, Josiah. I was saying that. I'll give you, this is the Amazing Spider-Man number 600.
Yo.
Yes, I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah.
Is this the one that Moon Knight made appearance, or no? Was that the one that you were telling me about?
I haven't read this one in a long time.
To
be honest with you. Should read it. I still plan on giving it to you, but I mean the odds are less now that I'm not going to the theater. And then this is Moon Knight number 6.
Attitude you keep giving me.
Hudson and Finn.
It went down at least 10%, Jay.
Came out. And it's just, I just love the cover of this. This is so good, man. Like, it's just Moon Knight in the...
That is Moon Knight.
But I was going back through and I found all these different comics. So as I come back, I'll bring more of these older ones and recommendations for people who may have not read it. But
for sure. I think we asked you your favorite, all in all, characters, villains, all that. Did you have any? I know you had something else you wanted to ask, Egg. Do you remember? What was it?
I asked you. Did we ask you your top 5? I think we might have asked you your top 5 Marvel movie.
Top 5.
Yeah, I know we asked you one of those questions, and one of those questions you said that you had to think on it, and that you
top 5 is tough. Woo. Okay. I do top 5. So I think I've already told you my love for Winter Soldier.
Yes.
It's just
we had a conversation about that too.
I love Winter Soldier. I love, so that's number 1. Yeah,
number
till
1.
this day. Yeah, till this day when I watch it, I don't know. I think it wasn't just the movie, but it was, it's the one that's most realistically that could happen, right, out of Marvel. A government having a shadow government, it's just that whole conspiracy theory. But I think it was the first time because Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was out, and this is when I thought the show was actually good. It was the second time that they tied in, because they tied in after Thor Dark World, and they tied into the show. But this one took over a major part because, S.H.I.E.L.D. essentially, gets dissolved, right? And now they're finding all these people leading up to it are Hydra agents. And so it corresponds now with the movie, and that I thought that was beautifully done. So yeah, number 1. Then I'd have to go Infinity War, Endgame. I mean, I wish I could put those two together, but they're just great. Endgame was probably one of the most satisfying movies I've ever seen. As how they tied everything up. I thought that was impressive. How they balanced all those major characters was that's phenomenal.
Let me ask you before you continue, with Endgame, did the time traveling bother you in that movie?
Jay, you know what, man? You and I are so important because I was gonna ask you the exact same thing.
Because I hated it.
The time traveling.
The
like
what
going back in
saved
time.
yeah, what saved that movie literally was the ending. Like I can rewatch the ending over and over again. The entire rest of the movie, I can care less about.
Really?
I hated the time traveling explanation, how they did it, and for a 20-year project to end it with time traveling, I just wanted to shoot myself in the foot. How bad I hated it.
Really?
Yeah,
Man. Really?
yeah. Me personally,
Really? I'm shocked.
I do feel like it's kind
the
of a
movie
cop
was
out.
great.
The whole time
The
travel
movie
thing.
was great.
See, I mean, I guess I viewed it differently because I felt they set it up with Ant-Man and Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah,
They set up this whole quantum realm
yeah.
that it just kind of tied in to, in my opinion. I felt it was just a natural progression of the movies.
I mean, the issue I had with it. You go ahead, Egg, if you were gonna say something.
You go ahead.
The issue, I did like the fact that they tied in with Ant-Man and Wasp with the quantum and all that, but my issue with the whole thing was the no repercussions. Like DC, if Barry Allen runs back in time, it can change the whole timeline. Them traveling in time doesn't change anything. It doesn't affect, like, there's no repercussions for time travel. They can fix everything by just time travel. Bring back Iron Man, time travel. Bring back Black Widow, time travel.
But I think that was the difference because all the repercussions happened in the first movie. They took everyone in that movie besides Thanos took an L. Like he was just handing them out. He was just
True.
They got beat so bad that what else could you do to them? I mean, besides kill them all. Like
the Hulk didn't even want to fight anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was an absolute beatdown. So all the repercussions came in the first movie. I think they just flipped it. So, at that point, what do you have to lose? I think that was the whole point. Like, it was in game. This was the only option that could work.
I feel like.
Okay. So, one of the things I always tell those who are on my team, and they bring me a problem, I say, okay, I hear the problem. Do you have any suggestions of a solution? So I'm gonna do the same managerial technique I do. If that was an issue, what would you have done differently?
I would have
explain it
because the characters in Infinity War, everyone was fighting Thanos kind of solo. There was other heroes fighting, but the official Avengers was just separate. Iron Man was off planet. Thor came in late. He was too busy building his hammer and fixing his hair. Captain America and Hawk didn't do anything. Just all useless. Captain America put in a shift. He did work. Black Widow did her thing. Hawkeye didn't even come in. And the original Avengers were fighting separately. So how I would have fixed the movie is Iron Man came back. He feels bad for losing Spider-Man. He meets up with Cap. They work out a plan to fight Thanos as all the Avengers, because the ones that didn't get snapped was the original Avengers. So I think they could have done it where the original Avengers team up, figure out a plan to get Thanos, figure out how to get the Infinity Stones back, and snap everyone back. Then maybe Iron Man can be the sacrifice then, where he does the snap or Hawk does the snap to bring everyone back.
I hear what you're saying, but I got a couple of questions for you.
Yeah.
First off, they beat Thanos the second time by him not having the Infinity Gauntlet, right? He didn't have the gems. So what you're suggesting is that he would have the gems and they would fight him together, which would just be a loss. It doesn't matter. They were going to lose.
But Thor almost did it. Thor almost did it. If Thor went for the head to begin with, he would have they would have won right then in an Infinity War.
Right.
But he tried to make
say that he he wouldn't have gone. That the same issue wouldn't have happened. He didn't go for the head, and all Thanos had to do was snap his fingers. Second question is, how do they get the gems back without going back in time?
The thing is, what I'm saying is, like, before he did the snap of when they lost the gems, yes, the only way to fix that is go back in time, because he snapped the gems, broke them. But what I'm saying is, they could have changed the story of Endgame completely. Thanos didn't snap the gems away. He got power hungry, whatever. He wanted to do it to other universes, whatever. They could have brought the multiverse out then. But
I'm listening to you.
The fact that, like, they just took the route of time travel and then made a plan to, like, where they can fight him, because Thor almost beat him himself. Iron Man was the only one that actually drew blood from him. Captain America was holding his arm. Like, they all put in work, but they all did it separately. So if they did it,
I understand where you're going, but I think even all together, if he had all the stones, he was not beatable. Even in that new What If where they have Ultron, I guess maybe Ultron could have did it, because I don't know if you've seen that one where what if Ultron won?
Yeah.
And Thanos comes off and he's like, interesting. And he just hits him with the Mind Stone. But that's still the problem, because he's almost unbeatable with that gauntlet on, right? So you have Thor who finally comes. If Thor misses and doesn't hit him in the head, then all it takes is that quick snap and it's all over.
But Thor was trying to make him suffer.
Same thing.
Thor was trying to make him suffer because of Loki, what he did to Loki. So if Thor put his they almost got the gauntlet off him as well, off planet. Peter Quill.
Why would you have a second movie? Because you only have a second movie if he snaps his finger. There's no point of having a second movie.
I agree.
And you can make the argument too that
I agree.
Thanos.
I hated the time travel period.
I think the producer said this as well. Thanos wasn't really expecting that from Thor, right? He fought Thor before and he beat the mess out of him. You know what I mean? And this is right after Thor, had his arc in Thor Ragnarok, where he came to realize that his power wasn't in the hammer. His power came from within him. Yeah. So Thanos wasn't expecting Thor to all of a sudden get a crazy power up. You know what I mean? But let's say he goes and he's seeing him the second time. Now he knows what Thor's capable of. You think he lets Thor catch him off guard again?
All right. Keep the time travel, but something has to be. They can't just time travel to fix their problem. There has to be a loss somewhere. It can be they time travel.
They did lose.
They time travel. They come back, and now this person's missing family. Things change.
Well, Black Widow had to die for them to do that.
Yeah, and I think all that happened in the first movie. Hawkeye loses his family.
Black Widow didn't die because
how many
of the time travel.
Heroes disappeared?
But Black Widow didn't die from the time travel.
She died for the stone.
She would have died regardless. They would have had to go back and get it. I think the key is there's no way where it didn't involve an issue where they would have had to gone to get the stones before Thanos, because they were behind. They didn't know Thanos was going to come and get all these stones, right? There were inklings, but now he just shows up and his team just kind of whoops everybody. And it's the Empire Strikes Back thing, right? Yeah, Star Wars was just this classic great movie, right? The series takes off because in that middle chapter, the bad guys win. Like the resistant, the rebels take a loss. Like they get savaged in that whole movie.
Yeah.
And then you have Return of the Jedi that can be set up. So it was the same thing that they did here.
And again, I have an issue with there's no repercussion for the time travel. That's my whole issue. DC, any of them time travel, you can get a world where Batman is not Bruce Wayne. Batman is Thomas Wayne. Superman is not good. Superman's bad. That's my issue. There's no repercussion.
You're confusing timeline and time travel. So timelines most of those changes in DC involve timelines. The timeline itself changed, right? Something at that point changed the timeline, and the hero's going back to fix the timeline. Nothing happened in this timeline. It was still the same timeline. Thanos became a fixed point in time. Remember?
The timeline changed.
Endgame, that's how he
but the
starts
timeline
it off.
changed when Cap ran into himself, and he took the stone from him. The Loki spear from himself. The timeline changed when Loki got away, and the first Avengers, quote unquote, when he grabbed the time stone and left. The timeline changed. There was a lot of moments where the timeline changed.
That was a separate timeline.
Didn't. Yeah, and that's the point. It didn't, because remember when they went to go see Thanos and he destroyed the stones, what did he say? I'm now a fixed point in time. So no matter what they did, it was inevitable that Thanos would get the gauntlet. That was an inevitability. So it didn't matter what they changed in the past. That was a fixed point in time. So the only way to stop it was to go in the past to stop him from getting the gauntlet, to prevent him from becoming a fixed point in time. I thought they explained it pretty well.
I don't know. I just felt like this should there just should have been
time travel.
Back
But we're
to the
also
future.
talking about, people that have super strength, soldiers and
Yeah. I mean,
Thor, and so these guys have powers that don't exist, so we can't really get hung up on the time travel issue. It makes this sound ridiculous a little bit.
No,
I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think you're ridiculous in any means. I don't want you to take that. I don't want you to walk away.
Oh, he's about to start swinging.
He threatened us earlier, Ed, right?
I didn't. I don't. No one likes victims. I did not threaten anyone.
We did it. We didn't start this, man. We didn't start this.
We did end it though.
I don't know why you're bullying us over here on this fine Saturday afternoon.
I feel threat.
I'm gonna go back in time where you guys don't feel that way.
Can I come with you?
Yeah, let's do it. You know what? You hop in my 1980s car.
Hey, Back to the Future was a great movie.
Was.
All right.
That blew my mind when I was a kid.
Well, you were continuing your list of before I rudely interrupted you.
If I can put, I feel like you can't really say Infinity War without adding Endgame, in my opinion. So I'm going to put that as a tie for a second, because it just wrapped it up so nicely, and that's a rarity, I think, in any movie, not any trilogy.
Right. You'll see it. You'll see it again tomorrow.
Oh! Can't wait.
All right. Anyway, I'm just saying.
I don't care. You can tell me.
What I'm saying is that the way No Way Home is handled, it'll feel like Endgame to me, because I got very Endgame type vibes from No Way Home. But you'll see it. You'll see what I mean.
What's your list? What's your list? Number
three
are you? Number three. Well, you don't understand the torture I've been through all week.
Oh no! I could imagine. Okay, all right.
My head's hot.
Let's see. Number 3. Not that one.
Far From Home. Homecoming.
No.
Is Homecoming the first one, right?
Yeah, with Michael Keaton as Vulture.
Okay. I'm gonna take flack for this. No. Okay. Thor Ragnarok is definitely the third one.
What?
Ragnarok is really good. I'm not even mad at you. Ragnarok is really good.
It was funny, and they ad-libbed so much of that stuff that I thought that was cool. Like, a lot of that was ad-libbed. I gotta give you that.
I think the funniest part of that movie was when
I respect your opinion. I don't agree with your opinion, but I respect
about
it.
About Loki stabbing him. That was hilarious.
I respect your opinion, but I don't agree with it.
Okay. I thought it was the best Thor movie out of all.
I agree.
Nah.
Oh man, you can't say nah.
I like the first one.
Number 4 is tough.
First one, man.
I like the first one.
Oh, what should I do? Number 4, man, that's tough.
Black Panther, Civil War.
I do like Guardians of the Galaxy because I told
Guardians
you
of
guys
the
I do
Galaxy
like
is
space.
fire.
I like space stuff.
Guardians of the Galaxy is fire.
So I guess, yeah, I would put that as 4. I thought that was a great way to introduce. I liked Ronan a lot. I thought Ronan was a great bad guy. I really did.
I agree with that.
The second one I thought would have been good if they didn't have Ego or his dad in it. Kurt Russell thought his dad was terrible. It would have been good otherwise, but can't hit him out of the park every day. Oh man.
So number 5 now?
That's the tough one.
You said number 1, Winter Soldier. Number 2, Civil War.
Oh, he said number 2.
No, not Civil
Endgame,
War.
Infinity War.
Yeah. Okay. Civil War, I like it because it introduces the Black Panther, which is probably what I'm going to put. Black Panther is my 5th. I thought they did that well. I thought Kilgore was a great character. I thought he was fantastic.
So 1 is...
One's Winter Soldier. Hands
1
down.
is Winter Soldier. 2 is Infinity War Endgame.
And Endgame, I think they need to go together. Actually, you know what? Let's move Black Panther to number 3. Now that I think about it, it's really good. And then Thor Ragnarok,
number 4.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's hard though because I do enjoy both Ant-Man and Wasp movies a lot. I love them both. I know it's killing you. I put no Spider-Man movies up there.
You said you really liked the second Ant-Man and the Wasp movie was so boring to me.
I love
Ant-Man and Wasp was great.
Ant-Man,
the second one?
Yeah.
I
liked
fell
it.
asleep through it.
Well,
didn't think it was...
How's that my problem?
It then. The first one I enjoyed. The second one, I thought the second one was terrible. It might be, and honestly, it might.
Hey guys, I gotta apologize. I'm 10 minutes over when I'm supposed to be off.
Yo, we are back. Chosy,
thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for today. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Sir. No. You're good. You're good, my boy. You said the same thing I was saying. We're in sync.
Well, we appreciate you, Chosy, being with us for another episode. He might be joining next week again, where we talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. Who knows? We'll see what happens. This week we had talked about Hawkeye in the beginning. Did a little bit of talking with Chosy. And now we're doing Young Justice.
Jay's Corner. Jay, how do you sign language, Jay?
Jay? Just I don't know if you can see my hand.
Oh, that's you right. You just write it, right? Correct? Like that?
Yep.
Yeah, so Jay, how do you say corner? This is corner? Like a little triangle?
Like to the side, like according to like the side. I don't know.
So Jay's Corner?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay. Cool, man.
But Young Justice, we are on episode 11 for the series. Episode 11, we're still focusing on Zatanna, and we got a lot of it. It was more focused on actually her proteges that she's training. A lot focused on Dr. Fate as well. If you didn't know,
Jay, hold on. Remember that last week we didn't do Jay's Corner, so you had to give us a recap.
Oh,
of both.
Last week we did not do Jay's Corner. So last week,
how was last week's episode?
Last week,
scale of 1 to 10.
Last week's episode was great. Last week's episode was, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I don't give it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 7 out of 10. We saw the potential power that Zatanna has seen progressively getting better and better. And we saw her battling Lord of Chaos, the two Lords of Chaos, and everything. So that was pretty cool. She now getting into this week's episode, we're still seeing Guy struggling with the loss of Superboy, but Guy's, I don't know what they're trying to like show with Guy, because every episode has just been Guy like sleep, depressed. Like, I don't know what they're trying to lead him up to. So I'm just curious to see like what they explain behind that. he doesn't want to do anything, so he just sleeps all day and then goes to his room, barely eats and stuff. So, I'm curious to see how they take that with him. Zatanna coming into now this episode, same issue with Garfield, but Zatanna is now meeting up with Dr. Fate because she needs Dr. Fate's help. Dr. Fate has been... The original Dr. Fate was actually Vandal Savage's son. Was the original Dr. Fate. And when he died, the Lord of Orders took him in to be Nabu. So anyone that wears his crown, it was explaining like Dr. Fate's story pretty much, which was pretty cool. And it was also explaining like the origin stories of the proteges of Zatanna, which was pretty cool. We saw Dr. Fate have many mantles, many people. Currently, Dr. Fate is... Who's Dr. Fate now is Zatanna's father. And he was talking with Nabu, saying, how can we be the Lord of Order if we don't want to intervene? And then he reasoned with Nabu to be able to help Zatanna. So now Zatanna and Dr. Fate are going to team up to fight the Lord of Chaos, because the original one, he just got disappeared by the other one. The other one just took him out and was like, you know what? I'm going to take over as being the Lord of Chaos, because, quote unquote, they viewed him as the lapdog for Vandal Savage. So they were like, nah, we can take out Vandal Savage. We can take out this world. So next episode, we should see a lot of battles with Zatanna, Dr. Fate versus the Lord of Chaos. And maybe Vandal Savage teams up with them. Who knows? All in all, I would give this episode... It was kind of like another filler one. I would give it probably like a 6.5, 7 as well. It wasn't that bad, but I liked how he explained Dr. Fate's story, where he came from. He started off as an Atlantis. He started off in Atlantis. Vandal Savage's son. Vandal Savage created Atlantis with his son, and he was the original king of Atlantis and everything. And then he took on the mantle as Nabu. Nabu then got killed by Vandal Savage and the Chaos Lord, and then he became the Lord of Order, Dr. Fate. So anyone that puts on the helmet is considered Nabu, Dr. Fate. So pretty cool, pretty good explanations, because we seen Dr. Fate be used in a lot of the episodes, and a lot of episodes in season 1 where Aqualad took the mantle as Dr. Fate, KF, Kid Flash took the mantle, Zatanna, then Zatanna.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Aqualad
did it. Kid Flash did it, and Zatanna did it. And then Zatanna's father, because Nabu didn't. If you haven't seen season 1 yet, I'm sorry. I'm going to get a little spoiled. So when Zatanna put the helmet on, Nabu didn't want to let her go, because a lot of people were just using Nabu, putting him away. Using Nabu, putting him away for certain things. And Nabu was like, no. Like, it seems like this world needs me more than ever now. So she's going to stay. So Zatanna's father swapped spots with her. And he's been Dr. Fate for many, many years. Like, it showed them he took it over when he was like probably in like his 30s. Now it's showing him like old gray beard, and it's really like, it sucks because she can't be with her dad. So she started living.
Really interesting though.
Yeah, she started living with the Young Justice team, and then Robin got a girlfriend because she wasn't with her dad. She was hanging out with Robin. And then Robin... I can't wait to see Nightwing. I just need my Nightwing to be shown. We haven't gotten too much of Nightwing yet, so... I just need... This is how I see it playing out. It seems like every character is getting like a little couple episodes to themselves. So the first like 4 episodes I think was Kana and McGann. Then 5 to like I think like 8 was 8 or 9 was Artemis, and now Zatanna is having her episodes. Then I have a feeling Nightwing's gonna be last. Then we're gonna get either Rocket or Aqualad, their episodes, and then Nightwing, and then they all team up to fight the final thing. It seems like that's the route they're going with.
And next week, aren't you getting the other half of the season all in one shot?
I don't know. That's what I saw last time, but I don't know if they changed it. Like, I've been trying to keep up with it to see if they're still going to just release them one by one or just release them all. So, who knows? We'll see what happens. I have a feeling, again, we all been seeing them struggles with like things from their past. It's been showing a lot of like their past stuff. Some McGann struggled with her past with her siblings. One of them, two of them was white Martians. The other one was a green Martian. White Martians were considered to be the outcast, and the brother didn't like that, so he now is putting a plot against Mars. So we've seen that. So I think she's gonna be battling her brother. I think Artemis is.
What's your brother's name? Robert.
No, Malalalak. It's like something like that. And then Artemis was dealing with her past between her father and her sister. I think her sister's gonna get mind controlled by Ra's al Ghul, and then she's gonna have to fight her sister. Zatanna is gonna deal with the past of fighting, I think, Dr. Fate to rescue her dad. I think Nightwing's gonna fight with the past of fighting Jason Todd, Red Hood. I think Rocket, I'm not too sure of Rocket. I'm curious to see how they bring her back into the play and what she's gonna battle. Aqualad, I think he's gonna battle, I don't know, his dad. Maybe his dad makes a return. Black Manta. So we'll see what happens. Show should be good. Looking forward to the next episodes and everything. Egg, you look like you're about to fall asleep.
No, I'm just chilling over here, man. I'm looking forward to the next episode of
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. You know, supposedly next week is gonna be 15 minutes longer too. It's gonna be almost an hour episode.
Sweet. I mean, it's the last episode next week, so it has to end.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, man, because I want the episode to run longer, but I also want to see kind of how everything plays out, you know?
That's this coming Wednesday. It's in a couple of days, 4 days, right?
4 or 5 days. We gotta look over the I thought I saw the cat. We gotta look over the our predictions before next week's episode and see if we were right or we were
Maybe
right
we could do like a
about.
Instagram story of that, post it on our Instagram.
Yeah, share with you guys. See if Jay and I were right before next week's episode. So
I think next week works out well because after watching Hawkeye, I'll be watching Spider-Man No Way Home. So let's see if I mean, you told me one thing already, so let's see what else happens.
See, but I barely count. You know what? The only person that thing really surprised was your sister, and I'm like, how do you not know? Like, we've seen pictures. We've seen pictures.
But like still, like, it wasn't a for sure confirmed thing, but
that was bro. We've seen pictures. What more confirmation do you need?
All right. Let's end the podcast before we give any spoilers away to any of the viewers. All right, guys. We're gonna end this week off.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yep. On episode 20?
27. They have
27.
For 27 weeks.
We thank you,
Chosy. Thank you so much for joining us.
We have been consistent for 27 weeks, bro.
Yeah, bro. Chosy, you know what's funny, man? Chosy's about to be on with us for a third week. That's pretty cool. You know,
Chosy, I think, has been enjoying this, talking about comic books. So we appreciate you, Chosy. Appreciate you joining us and
yes, we do.
Joining the podcast. But we're gonna end the podcast here. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out all our social medias. And if you guys are Spotify listeners, Apple Podcast listeners, we also upload our video footage over on YouTube. So if you guys want to see us live talking to Chosy, showing off our comic books and everything, that's on YouTube. But we enjoy all our viewers and we appreciate all you guys' support. If you guys enjoy new to the channel, we appreciate it as well. Make sure you click subscribe and keep up. We post every Sunday at 6 p.m. every
Eastern
Sunday
time.
EST, 6 p.m. EST every Sunday. So make sure you guys stick around. We love to hear what you guys think about stuff. Put it in the comments. We definitely look at that and read them. So please let us know.
Guys, we'll J&E, we're signing out this week. We'll see you guys next week, same channel, same place, same time. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. We're out.
Catch you guys later.